into his house?
No. I said I wanted to, but he said it's too messy.
Isn't it because there's another woman?
No way.
If he's a CEO, wouldn't he have a big house? And if it's messy, wouldn't he hire someone to clean at least once a week? If he doesn't do that, doesn't it mean he has no money? Maybe his company isn't doing well. I don't think it's that the company isn't doing well, I think there's no company at all.
But, right after we met, he said he wanted to date me with marriage in mind.
He said that at 26? He still has plenty of chances to meet other women. I think he's just stringing you along, Mom.
Do you think so?
My intuition is always right. I won't oppose your marriage, but I think you should stay away from this guy. He's not normal. He'll probably start asking for money soon, so don't lend him any, okay? With that, my daughter went to her room. Marriage fraud. No matter how I think about it, that can't be true. From the first time we met until now, he's always been kind and put me and my daughter first. For him to be a marriage fraud. But looking back on what my daughter said, there are definitely some strange things. Like the fact that he has 2 phones. He said one was for work, but it rings often during our dates. He decides whether or not to answer based on who's calling, and sometimes he steps away to take calls. And even during dates, he quickly responds to messages. Whether it's his work phone or his personal phone, he always replies immediately. When I asked who was calling, he said it was his mom, sometimes his sister. I once asked him to show me the messages, but he said, when we're married. It's understandable that he wouldn't want to show his messages before marriage. I wouldn't want to show him my conversations with my daughter either. I want to be a woman more than a mother in front of him. But when it comes to marriage, he's overly enthusiastic. When should we get married? I want to marry you as soon as possible. I want us to live together and be a happy family. But first, I need to meet your parents. We need to properly introduce ourselves. My parents? You don't need to meet them. No need for introductions. Why? Your parents will be my parents too. I appreciate that, but I'm not very close with my parents.
Even though you get so many messages from them?
I don't expect you to take care of my parents after we get married. So, there's no need to meet them. Then, will you meet my daughter? Yeah, I guess. You're gonna be her dad. If she doesn't agree, we can't get married. That's true. But let's meet after we've chosen the venue and wedding dress. Why? My daughter wants to help choose the venue too. Come on, it's our wedding, not hers. We can show her after we've decided. Do you think so? When he said it, I thought maybe he had a point, but thinking about it, it's strange. Why postpone meeting my daughter? And saying there's no need to meet his parents? Sarah's words swirled in my mind again, and the term marriage fraud pulled me into a sea of doubt. Depressed, I found myself tossed between 2 emotions, believing this can't be true and thinking it might be. But nothing would be solved like this. Plus, it must be terrible for my daughter to see her mother worrying about a man. So, I decided to hire a detective. Of course, as a single mother, hiring a detective felt like a huge leap, but there was no other way. Would I rather trust him and suffer more, losing money, or trust my daughter and give up on him with lingering doubts? I had to know the truth. Within a week, the detective's report arrived. Please, God, let him be a good man. With an unfamiliar prayer, I opened the envelope and... bam, it was a shock. Though it confirmed he had another woman, it didn't definitively prove he was a marriage fraud. Maybe it was just an affair. Mom, what were the results? I heard Sarah's voice as I read the detective's report. You were right, Sarah.